Hello. Hello, hello. How's it going? Sorry I was a little late. I made boba, which I've never had before. Hey! Blue, hello. Hello, Blue. Liam, hello. How's it going? How was your stream, Blue? We're just getting started, but let's do this here. How's it going? What's up, Quinn? How are you? You're gonna see if he can force you out of the starting screen. I was late. Sorry, I made boba and I've never had it before. So if it's terrible, probably just because I made it poorly. But I don't know. Trying new things. Trying new things. Oh gosh. How was your stream, man? Hopefully it was good. You have cold pizza to eat? That sounds really good, actually. Do you like pizza? And I never like if it's like leftover pizza, I'll never heat it up. I heard it's really good if you heat it up in an air fryer, which I have one of those, but I've never done it. All right, tonight we're playing Deadly Premonition 2, which the first one is just a super bizarre murder horror game. That's basically like the equivalent of The Room by Tommy Wiseau. You did the killer in the DVDs instead of the being killed. I bet that made you feel nice when you're just like murdering those nerds. I don't hate this. It's got a weird. The verdict is still out. The verdict is still out. So tonight we are playing, like I said, Deadly Premonition 2, A Blessing in Disguise, which is probably just batshit crazy, would be my guess. I was supplied the key from some devs, so that's pretty cool. Here we go. This was just recently ported. Did we break it already? Okay, I was like, it stopped for a second. Not hating it as a win. You're correct. You're absolutely correct. What's up, Dan? Taking pictures of our hands. How's the drink? It's not the worst. Not the worst. Thank you for that follow. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was given a key from the devs on this one. So we'll see. I've actually not played part 2. I've only broken part 1 4 times. $88 hours later. What a weird.
God damn it. What a way to start the new year. At this rate, I'll be dead by Easter.
Quiet down, Agent Jones. You're on the clock.
quiet down. Ha! You have any idea what you've done? I'd be half naked in Havana right now if you hadn't shown up. Soaking up some rays,
Yeah, broken. Like,
surrounded by a
made it
harem
break
of
so I
bikini
couldn't finish
queens,
it on
a
stream
mojito in
4
one hand,
times.
and a seafood-slathered Havana-style pizza in the other. What did I do to deserve this?
Also, both up and down move your character in the same direction right now, apparently.
Agent Jones, don't let him take control of the conversation. The moment you let your guard down, he'll strike.
You hear this game is bonkers? The first one is fucking batshit crazy.
And no red, remember?
I gotta... That is weird.
It's open. Come on in.
Yeah, the first one's absolutely... It's such a weird, like, horror, comedy, bizarre. It's like Twin Peaks fucking video game if it were high. Okay. Fuck the police.
You have questions for us.
For us.
That's why you're here, isn't it?
Oh, what's up, T-Money? Doing all right. I think I do not like this. What is going on here? Nice coat. Yeah, I've been doing pretty well. Today's a pretty good day. Owl water? Fucking gross.
Mr. Morgan, before we question you, allow me to first read you your rights. Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. Please keep that in mind as you speak. Do we have permission to film this?
Don't worry, my fairy. They're free to do whatever they like.
Something wrong, Mr. Morgan? I'm FBI Special Agent Aaliyah Davis, and this is...
Simon Jones. An analyst from the Boston branch. He's been monitoring us for years now.
Oh, hi.
Hello, Simon Jones.
Seriously.
A Southern belle and a lonesome loser who can't catch a break. Quite the uncanny duo.
Why are there like milk
You'd
cartons
be the
duct
perfect
taped together?
stars for the latest video game. Isn't that right, my fairy? How many years has it been since someone came to chat with us. Oh, but don't ask me about my fairy. That's a private matter.
It's hard to tell what he's thinking, but my eyes can't be deceived. If he's hiding something, it'll come out in his face. You solved many difficult cases across your career, utilizing your own unique MO.
Mm-hmm.
You've expertly cracked cases that were otherwise thought to be unsolvable.
It's because
According
of
to
my
our
fairy that you
records-
can't ask me about.
After joining the FBI in 2002, you quickly solved 2 drug ring-related kidnapping cases. In 2003, you solved the inside-out flesh skinner case in the suburbs of Pittsburgh.
Inside Out? Flesh Skinner?
In 2004, the Jeffrey
weird.
Dahmer wannabe case in Milwaukee. And also the stuffed human collector case in St. Louis that very same year. Then, in 2005, you coincidentally happened to solve the Lise Clarkson murder case while on vacation. You went on to solve many other cases after that, all of them seemingly inexplicable. Did you really solve these cases all on your own? There are no records of you using a wide-scale investigative team or working with anyone else. How did you ever accomplish such monumental feats all by yourself?
Big brains.
It was all thanks to our talented partner.
Partner. The FBI files show no record of you ever working with a partner. Do you mean you worked with some sort of unofficial partner or an outside confidant?
Our partner is our partner. We've always worked together.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, Belle, you're forgetting one important thing. After the St. Louis case, we stopped by a diner on our way home and caught Thelma and Louise, 2 highly sought-after fugitives.
Alright, you can use visions to acquire important hints that will help you proceed through the game. Using a vision will deplete your concentration, so be careful on using it too much. It's easy to solve murders when you commit them yourself and pin them on someone else. That's exactly right.
This smell. It doesn't surprise me at this point, but it'll be problematic in court if they decide his testimony is unreliable. I won't get another chance to talk to him face to face like this. I need to get him to stop smoking that for a bit. Excuse me, Mr. Morgan, but would you please refrain from consuming that while we speak? I'm talking about... Yes, that.
Your marijuana cigarettes.
You don't need to worry about us. Don't get in our way, and we won't get in yours.
Little reefers.
Unfortunately, questioning doesn't work like that. Our data needs to be consistent. Now please, put out that stinking indulgence right this minute.
What if we say no?
Then I'll put it out myself.
Mm.
using force.
Whoa, whoa, Aaliyah. This is Morgan's house. Besides, it's legal in Massachusetts for individuals to consume cannabis in the comfort of their own homes. And I mean, come on.
Come on. Come on.
It's medicinal.
Exactly.
Francis Zach Morgan. He was once an FBI special agent, an extremely talented one. At least that's what they tell me. Perhaps he was a little too talented.
So this is the guy that you played as in the first game. Well, that did fucking nothing.
Hey, Belle.
Yeah, Pokerface being high as fuck.
Why are you dressed so handsomely? The thick black accessory wrapped around your neck. That's a male necktie. The color black represents confidence and interest in the self. And your decision to wear a male tie symbolizes your declaration of war against a predominantly male society. Or perhaps it's a psychological barrier meant to hide the weakness that dwells deep within your psyche. We admire your bravery.
I thought you retired from profiling.
Bullseye, huh? You're an easy one to read.
In order to think with society, a man must first gouge out his eyes and cut off his ears. Don't judge a book by its cover. For someone who's supposed to have been one of our best, you've got an awful eye for people. Or did all that smoke and kill all your little gray cells?
Okay, Aaliyah, that's enough. She's smart, but she's also more of a shrew than she lets on.
Agent Jones, that's sexual harassment.
So, Belle, does that barrier of yours also protect you from violent criminals?
He's more dangerous than I thought. I can't read him. I'll just have to assault him head on with questions then. First, I'll try using the files on the table to shake him up. Do you remember the homicides that took place in
Okay.
Le Carre, Louisiana in 2005?
We solved that case.
Your report states the following. By coincidence, you encountered a serious incident in a town you visited while on vacation. You then decided to steal the right to investigate from the local law enforcement and took over the case. After several more homicides, you managed to apprehend the perpetrator.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes, that's exactly what happened. We stole the right to investigate from them, just as you said.
It all started when the body of a 16-year-old girl was discovered.
Laura Palmer.
You arrived in Le Carre immediately after that, didn't you?
We just can't seem to keep ourselves away from dead girls.
Did you really visit that town just to take a vacation?
We don't know. If you already have the report, then we suggest you read it, Belle. Either way, that case is closed.
Closed. You sure about that? Don't you think this puzzle is still missing some crucial pieces?
Come on. No need to beat around the bush with us, Belle.
They found Lise Clarkson's body. It was hidden deep within the Clarkson Food Delivery Services cold storage warehouse.
After 14 years, we finally discovered the body of the very first victim. Do you know what this means? That's why we're here. The first victim in the case he solved, Lise Clarkson. This is a photograph of what she looks like now. How will he react when he sees it?
We're pleased that her body turned up. Deeply pleased.
You claim to have closed this case, but now a lost body suddenly surfaced. Aren't you curious about the details?
Body or not, we already solved that case. Lisa's body can't change anything now, and it certainly has nothing to do with us.
I suspect the body was stored there rather than abandoned, due to the unnatural state it was found in. She was found frozen in a storage unit. Therefore, she looks exactly the same as she did when she disappeared. In fact, she's in such good condition that we can even determine the murder weapon and cause of death.
Well, good for you.
Even stranger is how unbelievably beautiful she looks. At first glance, few would guess she was a murder victim at all. She looks more like a piece of art, or a mythological figure from a painting.
This keeps getting better and better.
Better and better?
Isn't that right, my fairy? A corpse as beautiful as a goddess. Sounds just like our story. Yes. Yeah.
That went okay. Now I'm sure that Morgan's hiding something. I may be able to get what I want if we go deeper into the documents.
Deeper.
An ornate antique chessboard.
This is
Looks like it
intense.
stopped halfway through the game.
Isn't there someone else you should have talked to
Yeah, it's pretty intense so far.
before coming to us? Such as...
We were unable to reach Patricia Clarkson. You look surprised. I thought you already knew. After all, you visited Louisiana last week. We assumed you met with her during your time there.
We haven't been to Louisiana. Not in 14 years.
Is that so?
We've been right here in our apartment this entire time.
For 14 years.
That man is our witness. Aren't you, Simon?
He's right. He didn't even take a single step outside on Christmas Eve. Which means that I didn't get to either.
Are you positive about that? I took the liberty of checking some airline records. Last Friday, the name Billy Bishop was listed on a morning flight out of Boston. This is the fake name you used to use as an agent, isn't it?
A mere coincidence.
Yet that's not all.
That's not all.
That evening on the same day, a man with a large scar on his forehead allegedly purchased an '89 Cadillac from a small used car lot in Le Carré. He reportedly said he wanted something old, big, and strong. The owner of the car lot felt it was a strange order, so it stuck in his mind.
Our world is filled with mysteries. And they always have the most bizarre timing.
Incidentally, on the following day, an identical Cadillac was taken to a scrapyard in Trenton, New Jersey.
You can find that type of car anywhere. Isn't that right, my fairy?
He didn't so much as twitch when he saw the picture of the body. He's even tougher than the rumors made him out to be. But I was prepared for that. And if my hunch is right, he's deeply intertwined with this case. Far deeper than what my superiors think. You may be wondering why we decided to unearth all these old files.
Everything happens for a reason.
The moment Lise Clarkson's body was found, we did the best we could to start our own local investigation. But there wasn't much we could actually investigate due to the damage caused by the hurricane.
Then we assume you also questioned everyone who worked in the warehouse.
Of course. We questioned all the Clarkson Food Delivery Services employees who staffed the warehouse and its owner, but we still have yet to obtain any key testimonies.
Par for the course with a 14-year-old case, if you ask me.
Not to mention how bad the timing was. Most of the employees were on vacation.
It's been burning for like 15 minutes. Yeah, it has been a
You
while.
gave up on the investigation and came to see us instead. Remember what happened, my fairy? That warehouse. That man. So incoherent. Such a pain.
Hey, are you talking about the guy who managed the vault where Lisa's body was found? Yeah, I think he started working there in 2005. Remember, Aaliyah? You said he was a pain to deal with, too.
The large man, yes? No need to answer.
Got a wedding
If
covered in
you
wax
don't
for a
want
slow
to.
burn. There you go.
I'm sure you've already put him under surveillance. Textbook FBI protocol.
Morgan's right. Everything happens for a reason. Even this messy room. There must be a reason for it. Especially when it comes to those strangely tidy spots. They're practically begging me to question them. Stage 4 progressive malignant tumor. How do humans behave when they know death is just around the corner? And what if that human is also a high-functioning sociopath? DVDs are all over the place. I know that he's a shut-in, but this still seems like way too many for one person.
Does it? Does it?
And I've never heard of any of these titles before.
You've never heard of Ratman? Come on, Aaliyah.
This room's a total mess.
Yeah, exactly,
Some spots are
Blue.
perfectly clean. Is it just a coincidence? No. Mr. Morgan, I found several spots in this room that look strangely clean. Did you tidy up a bit because you knew we were coming?
Those are sanctuaries. They've existed from the start.
Sanctuaries.
That's right. Sacred places. Hovels for pure souls, if you will.
Were there originally objects in those hovels? Something you didn't want us to see?
The soul's still there. We haven't touched a thing. But we know you can't see anything. Hey, Simon. Don't touch the sanctuary.
Sorry.
That's a sanctuary.
You said that.
Ever touch it again. You've been watching us for 4.5 years, and you couldn't even figure that much out?
My bad. It's my first time actually coming inside, you know.
You're earning far more than you deserve, then. What were you doing all day in that black Suburban? We thought wiretapping was your specialty. Don't tell me. Crossword puzzles. What do you think, my fairy? 4.5 years. All that time, and what does he have to show for it?
Crossword puzzles? No way. Come on, I thought you knew. I'm a Sudoku guy.
Agent Jones.
Oh, right.
He's completely taken control of the conversation.
You were gonna say Sudoku?
At this rate, we'll never get anywhere. I need to press him some more. Agent Jones. The briefcase isn't even that big. How long does he intend to keep that up? Does he have pizza menus stuffed inside there or something? Agent Jones, did you find the files?
Francis
Mr.
Morgan.
Morgan, do you recognize these files?
Whoa! Ow!
We told you. That's a sanctuary.
Let him go! Assaulting an FBI agent is an obstruction of
told you.
justice.
We told you. Go. Ah! Stay back. Stay back. Sanctuary. Down. Surrounded. Ah! 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 Yeah.
All right.
Mr. Morgan? I cut my finger with that can opener this morning. I thought I stopped the bleeding, but it seeped through. How could I be so stupid? Everything should be fine now. I'm sorry for being so careless. I made sure to read through your file and learn about your condition.
Leave it to the FBI to assault an
color
old
red.
man.
Such an unusual thing to fear. Please, accept my deepest
The
apologies.
color red. He's scared of the color red, not blood. The color red.
I'm sorry too, Morgan. I don't know what I was thinking. I'll never touch one of your sanctuaries ever again. And no more red Ether.
One cuts their finger with a can opener. Yeah.
Don't ever touch one again.
Never ever.
I told them not to.
Now, may we return to our discussion?
Don't worry.
Be right back.
I won't let them touch you again. I'll keep them away from us.
I do not like the boba.
Strangely enough, this man has a fear of the color red.
Nice jazz, yeah. Show him a red jacket. What's up, Ray?
And I believe that fear is connected to the Greenville case. The files on the serial killings that shocked Washington State in 2010. Officially titled the Greenville case. Never thought I'd
Sleeping all
take out
day.
files from a case
It's a
I
good
first
day
heard
for
about
it.
on the news.
There it is. Oh, excuse me.
Soon after Agent Jones started monitoring him, he was ordered to go through Morgan's trash. But he didn't find anything. Morgan used this machine to cut up everything, from his mail to his supermarket receipts. Then he even went as far as taking out his trash in parts. This is a very large shredder. Is there something you don't want people finding out about?
Good question. But we never know when some curious civil servants may come and sift through our trash now. do we?
It's Super Shredder.
You're already retired. What are you so worried about?
It's all hopped up
Just
on
a
the
simple
ooze.
habit. From back when we were still on duty. Didn't they bang that into your head when you were up in Quantico?
It's just a $6,000 shredder.
Some habits are hard to break.
That seems a
No
bit
matter
excessive.
How hard you try.
Imagine the amount of DVDs he could have gotten, right? Exactly.
Here's another empty space. What does the word sanctuary really mean to him? Hovels for pure souls. Could you tell me what exactly the word sanctuary means to you?
Sanctuaries are sanctuaries. Nothing more and nothing less.
That doesn't explain anything.
Why do you wish to know?
Just curious.
I bought a DVD the other day, like a week ago.
Belle, You're a much ruder person than you initially seemed to be. Don't you agree, my fairy?
It's like Ace Ventura dusted the place.
What do our sanctuaries have to do with the investigation? If you're out of questions, then how about just going home?
Hey, mind if I jump in here?
What is it, Simon? We hope you've got a real question for us.
Well, actually, I'm also a little curious myself. No one's supposed to touch any sanctuary, right?
That's what we said.
What about you, though? You can't even touch them yourself? Are there any extenuating circumstances?
What are you getting at?
I mean, I doubt if any of this really matters, but if no one can touch the sanctuaries, then how do you clean them?
He's just like, he's just not gonna answer that question. That's funny.
Mr. Morgan,
I bought it's for SmarmsCon.
I'd like
it's
to
a
ask you some
DVD
questions
called
about
Wild
this
Zero.
case now.
We don't want to remember that town.
I'm sorry, but there's no way around this. I remember hearing about this case on the news when I was still a student. A high school girl named Anna Graham was murdered, and the FBI stepped in to take over the case. I also remember it becoming a sprawled investigation due to evidence found in the victim's throat. Is that correct? After that case, you went on sick leave for 2 years. And when you returned, you requested to be switched over to desk work. What happened?
That's a private matter. None of your business, Bill.
Were you traumatized?
So I'll talk about it for just a moment. Wild Zero. Wild Zero is a punk rock zombie love story with aliens. And it has a built-in drinking game as well. So whenever you're supposed to drink, a little beer mug will flash up in the corner and you take a sip. So for SmarmsCon, I got Wild Zero, but then I also got Resident Evil themed booze that we're gonna drink because it's zombie related. So it sounds like the ultimate SmarmsCon movie. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. Hey! Hey! Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Iron Soda, thank you for pulling the hot dog train into the station. How's it going, man? Thank you for that raid. It's good to see ya. Just hanging out. We're discussing SmarmsCon briefly. Dan, can you please shout out Iron Soda? So we're just kind of talking about SmarmsCon. If you actually, you probably don't know what SmarmsCon is, but this is the 4th annual SmarmsCon this year, where close community members and my mods all come to my house. They all come to my house, and we stream for like 3 days and hang out for like 3 days and just like get to know people, know each other better, and spend time with each other. and half of them are never seen again, which is true. So we do stuff like Friday night. It's a Friday, a Saturday, and a Sunday. Friday we all play Beat Saber together and have beers and hang out, and we stream it and we take requests. Yeah, so I was just getting there. The first night of SmarmsCon, everybody kind of shows up in the afternoon, and then we all do a Beat Saber stream together. We swap out, take turns, and we have like channel point redemptions where you can make people do crazy stuff. Like Dan and I had to do a 3-armed T-Rex. He says half of me means the lower half. Specifically, he's never seen it again. Just the lower half, yeah. Because they're all streamers, that's what you don't usually see. And then Saturday we we do stuff like play board games or like VR horror games together. So this last year we played Bloodborne, the board game, and this year I have the Canehurst expansion for that as well. So we may do some of that during Saturday. And then I just got this movie called Wild Zero, which is this crazy punk rock zombie love story with aliens that has a built-in drinking game. Like you just drink whenever a little beer mug flashes on the screen. And I bought Resident Evil booze to use as the drink for that. So it's not exactly planned and scheduled out yet, but it's gonna happen because you'll be able to watch and participate in the stream too. But this will be the 4th year that this stuff's going on. It's crazy. It's crazy. But hello, hi Iron Soda, everyone who came in with the raid. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're playing Deadly Premonition 2 tonight. I was gifted this game key by the devs, which is pretty awesome. I've never played the second one, but I have broken the first one 4 times on stream to a point where I can't get past because the game just breaks. So now we're playing the second one where we are FBI agents interrogating the FBI agent from the first game who has a brain tumor now, and she doesn't believe that he figured out all these cases that he solved on his own. He keeps referencing a fairy and looking out into space. So I think he's talking about this little like ghost fairy thing that he can see, that is supernatural force. So if you're a fan of like weird detective games, also like horror games, and also like Twin Peaks, you'll be a fan of this series. These 2 games. Yeah, they're like we just ported this one over. I bet you can't break this one. Bet you can't break this one.
It's a common problem with prolific agents such as yourself. But there's another possibility that may make more sense. Perhaps you simply finished making preparations.
Yeah, they don't know who they're messing. Basically, they're thinking that
What are you getting at?
He solved the murders by pinning it on someone else.
Thinking too much about something will always turn it into a problem. The Greenvale case. Don't you think it resembles the Luke Carre case?
Read the report. We have nothing else to say.
Nothing else to say. Also, he's got medical marijuana cigarettes that he's smoking, so obviously he can't be trusted. I'm not gonna tell you what's in this fancy seltzer that I'm drinking.
I just need one more push. One more thing that can summon up the past.
One more thing. Clock is in the trash.
A jar of honey with honeycomb inside it. There's nothing strange about it, but it still gives me a weird feeling.
Especially because it's in the bookcase.
Looks like another old antique. He collects milk cartons but treats valuable antiques like trash.
Well, that's because he's making a raft out of the milk cartons. If you look, they're duct taped together in a big square.
What's
So
going on in his
if
head?
the flood happens, he can just sit on it and he'll be safe.
That's royal jelly.
Oh.
Huh?
You were staring at the jar, weren't you?
It's actually just my pee. It's not honey. It's just my
Do you
pee in a
find it
jar with
strange
honeycomb.
that there's honeycomb inside? We wanted to harvest royal jelly in its most natural state. The queen's main food source, created from the worker bee's secretions. It's a perfect food, filled with power, meant to fuel the birth of the next queen. By absorbing it into our own bodies, we too can acquire that power.
To give birth to the next queen?
Incidentally, did you know that all the worker bees are female?
You don't want to
No.
birth the queen? I might.
Guess they didn't teach you that at Quantico.
I might. It's like a xenomorph
Male
queen.
bees are only born to inseminate. And they're born from unfertilized eggs to boot. They have short lives and don't even get stingers. Sort of feels like a glimpse into the future of our society, wouldn't you agree? Women are gifted with the power to conceive, give birth, and nourish their children. But men are consumed with the job of providing women with the chance to do so. If women no longer had to rely on men for the seeds of life,
Their
they
lives would be
soon cease
great.
to desire them, we believe.
Their lives would be great if they didn't have to deal with us.
Be careful, Simon.
Huh? Of what?
Your Belle's already stolen the reins from you.
The silver clock in that trash pile. Is that an H5?
That's right. John Harrison's fifth chronometer, completed in 1770. After many years, he completed it and presented it to the Board of Longitude in order to end their feud with him. That's only a replica, of course.
You like clocks?
Clocks are amazing. Prime fruit of the human race's intellect.
Time is an illusion there, bud.
We took the invisible idea of time and manifested it in these.
I guess he's right there. It is man-made.
Yeah, I love clocks too. Absolutely fascinating.
I disagree.
Clocks are bullshit.
Oh? Why?
Time is valuable precisely because it can't be seen. Yet nowadays, people can't tell what time it is unless it's measured in numbers. Talk about idiocy.
He's a clock blocker. He likes clocks in his mouth.
I don't mean to
He
side with
likes
the Board of
clocks
Longitude, but
in his
remember,
trash
humans
can.
used to cross oceans with the stars alone. We have our eyes to read moon charts and study the sky. We don't need clocks.
You're right. It's just a silly modern
What if
convenience.
it's cloudy or storming?
All you need is courage and a love for adventure.
In your boring ass day job.
Hear that, my fairy?
Her dad was killed by a clock. That's why she hates them. He just came home from work. And he was taking his coat off and hanging in the closet. When he opened the door hit the side of a grandfather clock that was up against the wall next to it. And it fell over and crushed his legs. To this day, I can just barely talk about it.
Courage and a love for adventure?
Which is
Come on,
exactly
man.
what that clock took away from my dad.
Surely you know how many
Get out.
lives have been
Get out,
claimed by
T-Money.
your pals' courage and adventure.
Hey, hold on a second here. That
That was
Board
clever.
of Longitude thing. What the heck is that?
Well, it works together with the Board of Latitude.
I mean, I've heard of it before. I'm an FBI analyst, remember?
I was just kidding. Baby, come back.
I just sort of can't remember it right now. I know what it is, really.
Sure, Simon.
I'm telling the truth.
We all believe you.
Come
We
on,
all
Aaliyah,
believe you,
back
Simon.
me up here. Aaliyah?
All right. Is there anything else? No, there's just like
A picture of a leaf. This isn't just a picture of any leaf. It's the most important leaf.
The most important leaf you have ever seen.
The belief in truth begins with the doubt of all truths in which one has previously believed. It's time to get down to business.
Time to get down to business.
Mr. Morgan, please look at this.
What did we just say? We don't want to remember Greenvale.
This isn't a photo from Greenvale. Look closely at it. Former Special Agent Francis Zach Morgan. This photograph predates Greenvale. It's from the Lucare case you worked on in 2005.
Then why is it in the
Red.
Greenvale folder?
Red tree.
Which is not at all like the Red Room in the Black Lodge.
Red tree.
Yes, a red tree. Greenvale wasn't the first place you saw one of these. The Greenvale case and the Lise Clarkson murder case. They're connected by these red trees,
These red lights.
aren't they?
And these red lights. Speaking of.
red trees. Both places. Growing. Roots. Seeds. Trees.
Answer me. What
Answer
are these
me.
trees?
What are they?
Red trees.
Obviously, we've established.
I want the truth. Tell me everything you know.
The red trees.
Yeah, that's it. It's
You really did your homework.
you really did.
Well done, Belle.
Good job.
You're good. Damn good.
Are you ready to talk now?
No.
I want to know what went down in Le Carré in 2005.
Fine. We'll tell you.
Like the song.
We'll tell you what happened in that town.
What about the tree? It was red.
Yes.
We're about to find out, T-Money. We're about to take a trip down memory
It
lane.
was that red tree. That red tree ruined my life. It was a sultry summer day.
We're right now with that line alone. We're starting to get into like erotic fiction. It was a sultry summer day underneath of the red tree. sultry summer day under the red tree.
The sun comes down hard on you in the south.
The sun comes down hard on you in the south.
Like a torrential downpour of demonic whispers.
Like a torrential downpour of demonic whispers.
It all started back in that sweltering summer.
It all started back in that sweltering summer.
We still had our best friend with us back then.
We still had our best friend with us.
The other me. My better half.
We have finally reached the credits after an hour.
Never a choice. When somebody needs you, you can't turn away.
Sorry, it's a little loud. Okay, or we'll just skip it, whatever. I didn't mean to do that. Deadly Premonition 2. A Blessing in Disguise. We're now back in the sweltering summer with our
Zach.
best friend, Zach Morris.
Zach. Can you hear me, Zach?
Am I supposed to be Zach? Answer.
There you are, Zach.
It's me, I'm Zach.
Sleeping again?
Wish. It's a problem sometimes.
Well, rise and shine. It's time for us to head back out into the chaos.
Back into the chaos. Come, my friends, toward the danger.
Isn't that right, Zach?
Yes. Deadly Premonition 2. A blessing in disguise. 2005. Summer. You're halfway through, these legs are terrible. Yours or the tables? This is a damn fine
Zach,
cup of
it looks
coffee.
like she wants us to join her for breakfast. Perhaps this town's finally starting to warm up to us.
I made this for you. Francis York Morgan, which is the same guy
Look at
who's
that,
in the
Zach.
chair that I was interviewing.
She's welcoming us
So
with
this is
open
like a
arms.
flashback.
She's even willing to share that tasty morsel with us. What an honor.
Eat
Hurry
it.
up and chow down, mister. Unless you like your breakfast stale.
What an amazing place. I've been on top of the moon since the moment I got here. And the name of this wonderful town, Le Carré, sounds like French to me. But what does it mean?
I'm the chef, David. If you want to know about the town, you'd better ask the concierge. Only amateur chefs flap their gums about stuff that ain't food related.
David, the chef.
Did you hear
Thank
that,
you,
Zach?
Chef David.
He's a true professional.
You say something, mister?
No, not to you. I was just talking to Zach.
Zach?
Please don't ask me about Zach. It's a private matter.
If you say so, still. Never thought the FBI would ever come out to a little old town like ours.
You're talking about stuff that's not
I do work
food,
for the
David.
FBI, but I didn't come here for an investigation. I just happened to stop by on my way to New Orleans.
Never thought there'd be a murder out here either. And it was a 16-year-old kid. Now I tell you, this country's seen better days. What you reckon?
I feel like that still applies.
Zach, he's definitely a professional, but it seems like he's also a bit lonesome. That's good. Ambivalence exists everywhere.
Folks say the killer used an axe. Hell of an old-fashioned choice if you ask me.
It's practical.
Actually, Chef David, if you don't mind, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the incident.
But shoot, I ain't the one you ought to be asking, Mr. FBI. I only heard what I heard. But seeing as you're fixing to grill me, I can tell you what I know.
Thanks.
Please do. I appreciate it.
Thanks. What do you know about the victim?
You said the victim was a 16-year-old. Did you know her?
Well, sure.
Laura
I
Palmer.
reckon the whole town did.
Meaning?
She's Lise Clarkson, the little grandbaby of the Clarkson family.
The Clarkson family?
That's right. You ain't seen they sign on your way in here? The one above that huge cold storage complex. Should have had a dragonfly on it. Anyway, that's the Clarkson family seal. They own most of the land around here, from the sugar plantations right down to the food processing plant. Yeah, I reckon they got a stake in just about everything. They even own the water tower on the edge of town, you know?
Oh, that's not good.
They're the ones who built up this town, and they still support it.
And they've completely privatized it, which is illegal or cult-like.
What do you know about the Clarkson's house?
Now, I ain't got nothing bad to say, but I'm gonna talk straight to you. You best steer clear of that place.
It's a bunch of weird eyes
That
wide
family
shut
ain't
shit
just
going on
some
up there.
gang. They're a whole different kind of beast.
Yeah,
They
like
folks with real power. Remnants of the good old boys who shaped America in the early days.
yeah, I figured that's where we were going.
Especially the head of the family, P.J. Clarkson. He's the kind of monster who goes around eating other monsters. And I'm sure he's on edge now with his granddaughter getting murdered and all.
Yeah, probably.
So don't go barging in with that shiny FBI badge of yours and think you'll be safe for nothing.
Sounds like Chris Hansen.
Things are different down here.
Who's that?
So if you plan on
I know the
sticking
name,
around,
but I don't know the
you
face.
best remember that.
I see. I'll keep that in mind.
I won't keep that in mind.
Is the local law enforcement investigating the case?
Yeah, that's it.
Shoot, mister, what you think? Now, I told you this ain't no city. We in the bonafide boondocks here. They got to know how to break up fights and keep folks from killing each other when they pissed you off. They sit down and talk it out with you heart to heart, and when that don't work, they just beat your ass.
Sounds very
That's
much
the
like
South.
police. No, that's pretty much everywhere now.
This murder ain't like that, though. A little kid got killed. A weird way. Like something on a TV show. The
Oh,
sheriff's
yeah.
department ain't never seen nothing like this.
Never ever.
Live and Let Die, Angel Heart, and The Pelican Brief. Right? 9 out of 10 people will name those titles when you ask them to think of a film set in New Orleans. They're all excellent movies, but to me they lack realism. Due to my line of work, I have a tendency to think deeply about what feels real and what doesn't.
What's your point?
Cat people. That's my point. Cat people. 1982, directed by Paul Schrader. The crowning achievement of Nastasia Kinski, the ultimate muse of the 80s. The most vital element of that movie is the reality it depicts. Leopards who turn into humans have intercourse with humans and turn back into leopards. Then they can only turn back into humans again if they mutilate their lovers. I was awestruck by the sheer reality of it all. Understand? I'm talking about hyper-realism. After watching it, I felt like I just had to experience the world of cat people for myself. That's why I decided to visit New Orleans.
Okay.
Another vital element of cat people is the presence of Malcolm McDowell. Malcolm McDowell from Blue Thunder. Oh, talk about a masterpiece. Listen carefully, David. Only an amateur would call A Clockwork Orange his best movie. His best movies are Cat People and Blue Thunder. Period. You need to remember this, because it's the truth.
Whatever you say, mister.
David's like, you fucking lost me, weirdo.
So, what's your point again?
Never mind, don't worry about it. I already covered all the important parts. When you say it was like something from a TV show, what exactly do you mean?
Hey, mister, why do you look so excited, huh? Like a kid asking grandma to read him a fairy tale.
I just can't seem to keep myself away from young women who died in bizarre ways.
Well, I ain't seen it with my own eyes. But folks say they found the body hanging under a bridge on the bayou. And under that bridge, there was some kind of altar.
I've seen this. It's in Hunt.
An altar?
You're in the bayou. The body's hanging from
Like
bridges.
something they using black magic. Something horrible.
Or also just normal religion.
Nah. Wasn't nothing like that.
Shockingly
Just a
similar.
weird altar.
That's all?
Oh, and the body was all cut up in pieces.
This is like, you gonna order what? He already did. He already has his food.
So she was sacrificed.
That's what the fella who discovered her said, yeah.
Bingo, Zach. This case has got our names all over it.
By the way, Mr. FBI, I ain't seen a car in the parking lot. How'd you
Yeah.
get all the way out
How
here,
astute of you, David.
Don't tell me you walked.
Well, that's a very good question. Chef David, you've got a sharp eye. It's true that I didn't park my car in your parking lot. Do you know why?
Can't say I do.
Because it was stolen.
Huh? But you with the FBI, right?
Even FBI cars can be stolen. It could happen after you park your car on the side of the road and go off to do some legwork. When you're eating lunch, when you're watching a movie, when you're asleep at night, when you're buying cigarettes at the local supermarket. Your car can be stolen anywhere. That's precisely what it means to be an FBI agent. In my case, my car was stolen while I was on my way down here. But no need to worry. I already reported it to the local authorities. And I've also already acquired another mode of transportation.
And I've also not reported it to my boss, just
Another
local
mode.
authorities.
Want to hear the details?
Yes.
Not really,
Oh, no.
but I'll listen if you want me to.
Okay, that's what I'm talking
Please
about.
do. After I finished my work in Houston, I flew to New Orleans. Then, I rented a car at the airport.
Filled the trunk with all kinds of drugs.
Whenever I visit the West Coast, I always
Drove
rent a
through
convertible,
backcountry.
especially in California.
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
But now I'm in hot and sticky Louisiana. So, I decided on a brand new hybrid car with a fully equipped air conditioning system.
A hybrid car.
Oh yes, they're marvelous. Vehicles that utterly defy everything you think you know about cars.
My car's a hybrid.
Now, in the year 2005, it feels
Not from
like we
2005.
finally entered the 21st century. Stomp down on the gas all you want. The engine won't make a sound.
It's silent?
At first, I
It-
felt
it
like
really
the landscape
is.
was moving past me on its own. Give it a few more years, and I'm sure we'll start seeing cars that run purely on electricity. Who knows? In a decade or so, electric sports cars may end up lining the parking lots of Silicon Valley. I can see it now. It's the world of The Last Starfighter. 1984,
good-ass
directed by
movie.
Nick Castle. It's famous for being the first film to utilize realistic CG, but I couldn't care less about that. See, I was mesmerized by the beautifully refined mech designs.
It's a good movie, but calm the fuck down, okay? Brought to you by Chevy
Even
and
made me
Tesla
wish
and
that I
Toyota.
could be one of them myself. especially the Gunstar spacecraft. No other sci-fi movie has ever had.
So, yeah, where'd your hybrid car get stolen?
Sorry, I got off topic. I noticed it was missing after I finished my lunch and walked out of the diner. Incidentally, this diner was located at the entrance to a small town just south off the I-10. I went out to get back in it, but my hybrid car was nowhere to be found. I remembered exactly where I'd parked it, right between a blue pickup truck and a hedgerow. But when I came back from lunch, it had completely vanished.
Just gone.
In short,
into thin air.
someone stole it, and in its place, they left me this.
What?
A skateboard.
A skateboard?
Yes. While I was sliding my lunch into my stomach, someone was busy replacing my brand new hybrid car with a wooden board attached to 4 wheels. Remarkable, don't you think?
So then how did you get here?
By riding the skateboard, obviously. Why, no, I couldn't ride the board very well at first. But by the time I hit the 3-mile mark, I'd more or less gotten the hang of it. By the 10-mile mark, I'd even learned to do a few tricks. It was a journey of self-discovery. Not even I knew I had this latent talent sleeping inside me.
This summer's gonna be another hot one. It's supposed to get over 95 today. Watch out you don't go getting heat stroke.
The Lise Clarkson case needs us. Don't you think so, Zach? The cat people are what guided us to New Orleans. We should be thanking Malcolm McDowell.
Just write him a letter and thank him.
Once we get home, let's watch Blue Thunder again.
Good idea.
I'm already looking forward to it. Aren't you, Zach? Zach. The searing light. These scents. It's the deep south. That was a fabulous breakfast. You're the world's greatest chef.
Wait, mister. You didn't take a single bite.
Well, the tea was to die for. But I'd prefer coffee next time. What would a morning be without coffee?
What would a morning be without coffee? Where's little Nicky? Right. Alright, so I guess this isn't... That is a big-ass pie. Oh, there's a... Oh god, that's the clock that fell over. Crushed bells. Dad's legs. Spot you could have an orgy with. So we're in room 203. Is there like stuff that we can... Just... Coffee! I have $600. We have a... Wait, what button was that? The red room! Allows you to enter the red room at the Black Lodge. Buy a gun to rob the coffee store and you have coffee for free for life. But he's an FBI agent. Inventory. I have rubber bullets. Oh, I can buy things. Or no, this is what I have. First aid kit. Okay. Stats. New York's beloved ride. Definitely faster than walking. There's stamps to collect. Oh, I have stamina. Can't talk to people. When do we start playing Yakuza? This is... Oh, this is the same thing. Looking sharp.
San Rouge. We've been chasing it all over America. But I feel like we're finally on the verge of finding something now. Don't you, Zach? I think it's about time we ordered a new briefcase. Yes, I know this one carries a lot of memories, but it's seen too much. This hole's from the shootout in Tucson. And this stain's from Miami. Miami. Now that was a fascinating case.
Fascinating.
Billy, our perp, cut his own torso right in two. Even with the help of the drugs, a feat like that still requires incredible mental fortitude. I was so impressed that I forgot I'd left my briefcase on the floor. Same floor his blood gushed out onto.
What happened to Zach?
I know, Zach, I know. Now isn't the time for a trip down memory lane.
Francis Xavier Morgan. So it's like, I'm assuming they're,
Emerging
I mean,
drug that's
they're
been
the
on
same
rise in
person
the
with
southern states.
different personalities.
Personally, I think it originated right here in Louisiana. And Lise Clarkson's murder must be connected to it somehow.
And I think that the middle name gives away...
The 16-year-old girl who was murdered. Her body was found beneath a bridge over the bayou, along with a strange altar. The powerful man who essentially controls the town of Lucare. And he seems to be more fearsome than your average gangster. I doubt he'll be willing to cooperate with any law enforcement, Zach.
We have organized the evidence.
You know, I keep thinking about that movie we stopped to see on our way here, Zach. The Island, 2005, directed by Michael Bay. For a movie being shown at a cinema complex, it was surprisingly artistic. An experimental setting mixed with hard-hitting drama. It was art house sci-fi. That director's going to change the history of art house films. Are you following me here? This This is another special film that's setting a new standard, just like Star Wars and Blade Runner did. This is a turning point, Zach. You may be witnessing the birth of a vital new word that will soon become a part of film history. Yes, this single movie may be responsible for creating a whole new genre several years down the line. A genre known as island movies. I sure like the sound of that. Don't you, Zach?
Answer the door. Store items. Okay, so got it.
I'm very satisfied with the decorations and the size of this closet, Zach. And it's even got a security box. What else could a man ask for? It's proof that we're still safely inside the fringes of modern civilization.
Send clothes out for dry cleaning. Stylish brown. Change our clothes. That's exciting. Ow, my face. Sorry.
Due to the nature of our work, we've had to stay at hotels all over America. But Zach, do you know what I hate most about living out of a hotel? Shower pressure. The shower was invented so that human beings could quickly bathe in large quantities of water, correct? Yet there are far too many hotels in our nation that have showers with embarrassingly weak water pressure. It's an outrage. And I'll keep tooting my horn about this every chance I get, believe you me.
Oh, I actually did get to shower. Oh, this is how you save. Wow, I'm glad I was messing around. Found that. I feel like that's an important thing.
Hey there, chef. What's cooking?
Chef, what are you talking about, sir? I'm the concierge, David.
Of course you are.
I just heard from our chef that you wish to learn the meaning behind our town's name.
Yes, I've gathered that Lucare is French, but does it have any special meaning?
Why, yes, sir, of course it does.
Of course.
A very clear, logical meaning. All names have meanings. Would you like to know what this one means?
Yes, I would.
Jolly good, sir. Then allow me to explain. Lucare means square in French.
Ah. And?
That's it.
That's it?
Yes, that's it, sir. Do take a gander at the town map in the lobby if it fancies you. It's beautiful, valuable, and old.
And square.
I'm sure you'll understand once you see it. Now, please excuse me, sir. If you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to ask.
Did you see that, Zach? That was clearly David. Not a twin, not a split personality. Just the work of a true professional. It's bizarre, but I can understand it. Remember what they say, the job makes the man.
Clear! You've opened the door.
Do you feel that, Zach? Dozens of paintings no one will ever see. A faint scent of tobacco baked into these walls for over a century. Now that's what I call a hotel. Zach, can you see him? His fashion sense is beyond me, but he appears to be a gentleman. Perhaps we should talk to him. Nice tie. Did you buy it here?
It's been a long time since someone spoke to me. No one these days ever tries to see me.
They can see what's far in the distance, but are blind to what's in front of them. No. Maybe they're only pretending not to see. That's what civilized society does to people.
Exactly. Ever since mankind got their hands on civilization, they zoomed away at a frightening speed.
Zoomed away from what?
Don't be a fool. You know the answer. As for me, just call me Hungan.
Well, hello.
Hungan. The title given to a leader in a certain religion. Is that what you are?
This is totally normal. Very Evil Dead. Very Evil Dead.
Comprehend the oracle.
The Oracle.
Oracle?
Put on your religion hat, Zach. Here we go.
Felton maidens, in the shrine of hunger, find the flying serpent in the ambiguous zero. Dance with the flying serpent, and you will glimpse the other world.
10 maidens and an ambiguous zero. Got it. But what do you mean by otherworld?
Follow the oracle.
Zach, did you hear all that?
It looks like
we've already taken our first step into
Alfred
chaos.
from the
But such is our duty. We need to accept
Dark
the chaos,
Knight.
let it inside, then carefully
Forget his
dismantle
name.
piece by piece. And after we've put all the pieces back into their rightful places, the truth will reveal itself. Let's capture the truth and present it with a shiny pair of silver bracelets, Zach.
He's talking about handcuffs. Oh. What's our... Oh, we have to look at the map. It's...
Zack, this is Lucare. I think I'm finally starting to understand what our concierge was trying to say. You can tell this town was built by a very methodical person. No, wait. Maybe they just didn't care, and that's why it ended up this way. It's just another symbol of mankind's obsession with molding nature to fit our own rules.
It's a square. It's a grid. So we can easily ride the grid on our
Zack, what did you think
skateboard.
of Hungun's Oracle? Despite all the dramatic build-up, it's little more than a childish riddle. Heartwarming, really. Exactly the kind of feeling one gets from the good old-fashioned countryside. Now let's start by tracking down those 10 maidens. The Oracle gave us a place and an act. We need to go to the Shrine of Hunger and fell 10 maidens. Now where in this town can one satiate their hunger? The hotel and where? And the 10 things that need to be knocked down. Simple, right? The answer
That's the
is
hotel.
bowling. The shape of the bowling pin was based on the feminine form. The 10 maidens are the 10 pins.
Oh.
But a place where someone can both eat and bowl at the same time. I'm skeptical as to whether we'll be able to find such a place in a backwoods town like this.
Yeah.
Alexis's Diner and Lane. This is it, Zack. There are even pins and a bowling ball on the sign. I bet we'll be able to eat some Cajun cuisine and bowl there. Maybe even both at the same time. Nice job, Zack. I knew you'd be able to find it. Now for the other Oracle. There's no flying serpent on this map. Could it be a contrail or perhaps a dragon? I'm sure we'll find out later. First, let's just figure out where we need to go. Do you know what the ambiguous 0 represents? 0 is usually treated as a base number, but under what conditions would a base number be ambiguous? The answer is temperature, Zack. Yes. 0 degrees Fahrenheit is minus 17.7 degrees Celsius, and 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more ambiguous 0 than that.
What?
The question is, does our 0 refer to Celsius or Fahrenheit? Let's think for a moment. We're in Louisiana. Which measurement system do we use here in America?
Okay. 32. I don't think I get it. Church. Drawbridge. Delivery service. Graveyard.
Clarkson Food Delivery Services Cold Storage Warehouse. That's got to be it.
Got it.
Even with this blazing sun in the sky, they can easily keep the temperature below freezing.
Yo.
Be honest now, Zack. You knew the answer from the very start, didn't you?
Yes. Yes, I did. I got $10 for that.
What a mysterious character.
I guess it was
These
15
oracles
because I
may
spent
end up
$5 on
determining
coffee.
how much time we spend in this town.
Sorry, boss, but this is a smoke-free hotel. If you're dying to smoke, head out the entrance and you'll find a smoking area in the rear parking lot.
Don't tell me. You're the
At
bellboy.
your service, boss.
Are you good friends with the concierge and the chef?
We work at the same place, yeah. But, I can't really say whether we're good friends with each other. We're all professionals, though. Nothing more, nothing less.
I believe we've struck gold here, Zach.
I think this is going to come back and
south
play
of
that there's
Washington.
actually not
No, it doesn't.
the same. It's just
This is all
a whole
his
bunch of
charm.
Davids.
So, if I want to smoke, I should go out the entrance and around to the rear parking lot?
Bada bing, bada boom.
Or why not just the rear exit?
Okay. I'll play by your rules.
All right. So should it's loading. I was like, are we getting a vision of the red tree? Doesn't look red.
Compared to non-smokers, smokers have a 4.7 times greater
Jesus
chance
Christ.
of getting lung disease. You know that means it's more likely than getting asbestos poisoning?
Why is she
The
out
risk of
back
death
at the
from lung
smoking
cancer
area?
is actually much lower than what you think it is. In fact, it's tiny when compared to heart disease, strokes, and pneumonia.
What the hell
We're
is
always surrounded
even
by
this
easy ways to die.
game?
Some people even get randomly struck by lightning and die right there on the spot.
Then I reckon you also know that secondhand smokers have 1.3 times greater the risk compared to smokers?
Of course.
So you won't mind paying the damages when I die of lung disease? How about writing that in a contract for me? You got a pen, right?
He's deadly serious.
I promise to protect you from all the evil in our world. That's stupid. By the way, what's your name?
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Is something wrong with you? Adults ain't supposed to act like that. I only asked for your name so I can write it on the contract. You should have been able to figure that out if you're a real FBI agent like you said. Come on, sign here. Right here on the paper.
Just as I thought, Zach. This contract paper, it's a Sang Rouge wrapper. Sang Rouge is here, too. This must mean that Sang Rouge is connected to the Lise Clarkson murder case somehow. This is a sprawling case that spread across the entire South. It's within our jurisdiction, Zach. We'll need to steal the right to investigate from the local authorities at once. By the way, miss, what's your name?
Patricia Woods. But I gotta write my name myself, or else it won't be a real signature.
Thanks, Patricia.
Tell me, Patricia, does this town have a sheriff? Or is it under the jurisdiction of the nearest city police?
Perfect timing. Well, go on and steal it if you want it. I was just thinking about how this is way out of my daddy's league.
Thank you for the information, Patricia. Okay, Zach, it's time to get to work. How should we seize control from the sheriff this time?
Okay, run, crouch. Red room. Oh, that's our melee attack. Crouch. Oops. The general store. What? What?
Hey there. So, you're the fella from the FBI I've been hearing so much about. I'm
I don't
Melvin.
give a fuck about
They
the
call me the sheriff
FBI.
around here.
I don't give a fuck about the CIA.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan? But call me York if you can. That's what everyone calls me.
Huh? Well, all right. Mr. York. How's that sound?
Fine by me.
I'm sure you figured this out.
Yeah.
But our town's a small one.
No shit. It's a square.
Yeah. Folks are already busy spreading gossip about how some FBI agents come to town.
Yeah.
Now, I reckon you came from the city. What was it? D.C., L.A., or New York? Anywho, in the city, it's normal not to know who your neighbor is. Fella who moves in next to you could cook up a dozen folks in his backyard and no one would bat an eye. That's the city for you.
The
Now,
city.
I never lived in one myself.
It reminds me of
I've
those
visited 'em a
like
few times,
old
so
salsa
I know what it's
commercials.
like. All pigs
For-
must die
Was it?
in the city of wolves. Yeah! Now, does that sound badass or what?
Where there's just like a bunch of like fake cowboys sitting by a fire with some
I know
horses or
CLG.
something, and
I'm just
they're
trying
eating.
to make a little small talk, that's all.
they have salsa, and
Anywho,
one has like
round
city
these parts,
salsa, and nobody
everyone
likes
knows
it.
each other's name.
Like, you gotta get old El
Folks
Paso
get leery when they see an étranger
salsa.
like you. And since it's my duty to protect the town, I thought I'd stop by and say hello.
Not sponsored.
Zach, it looks like this sheriff is quite the
Just
happy-go-lucky type.
remember.
A clear indication of just how peaceful this town is. Melvin, about the Lise Clarkson case.
I knew you were here for that case. Can't put one past the FBI. So they even got eyes on the smallest of towns like us, huh? Our world is filled with information, and it's all within their grasp. FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
This is so fucking weird.
The Lise Clarkson case is connected to a top-secret case that we've...
I know. If you're fixing to take the lead, then go right ahead. I'm just the humble sheriff of a tiny little town. My jobs are to stop my neighbors from beating the piss out of each other and listen to old folks complain. Honestly, this whole murder case has been weighing me down. So I'm gonna give you my full cooperation, Mr. Special Agent, sir.
Well, Zach, that was anticlimactic. I didn't even get to use my secret weapon. Melvin, there's a cold storage warehouse on the southern end of town, isn't there? I'd like to get permission to enter it.
Say what?
You want to see where the body's being kept, right?
Oh, I get it now. Lisa's body, yeah. Now, that's what I call a special agent. You already figured that much out. But,
I think
I'm not too sure that, going down there at this point is really gonna help much. You know?
Explain it yourself, Daddy.
That's incredible. I don't believe this. Amazing. Did you hear that, Zach? They put the body in a cold storage warehouse. This is fantastic. Insanely fantastic.
Really? Well,
His
how
smile
about
is
that?
so silly.
Well, all right then. I'll head on down to the warehouse ahead of you and make sure we get permission to search it.
Sounds good.
The management company only keeps the warehouse open during certain hours, so you'll have to come during those hours. I ain't looking to create any further disturbances. So be on time. Got it? Come on, let's roll, CLG.
I'm gonna walk home, Daddy. I still got another stop to make.
Oh, if you say so, sweetie. She's a real sharp one, as you can see, so I try to stay out of her way. Well, all right then, York. I'll see you at the warehouse.
Hmm. All right, skateboard. The music.
Hey, you. You ain't secretly cutting kids up and sticking them into jars while you work as an FBI agent on the surface, are you? Or using your FBI connections to sell kids to child trafficking organizations?
She's asking all the hard
I've
questions.
arrested people who've done both, but I've never engaged in either of those activities myself. Of course, I have imagined doing such things in order to learn more about the psychology of the criminals I deal with.
It was just a joke. Why are you getting all serious? And don't tell me what you imagine, or else I'll get scared of you for real. Hey, can I come with you? You signed a contract with me, remember? And besides, I'm kind of worried about my daddy.
Do whatever you like. This is America, land of the free. But I have one condition.
No, for her it's not.
What condition?
Don't ask me about Zach. It's a private matter.
So who
Zach,
the
it feels
fuck
like
is-
she's carrying something with her. Kind of reminds me of you back when we first met. I can't leave her alone like this. You feel the same way, don't you?
Main quests, waypoints.
Melvin called you a strange name. CLG, I think.
Oh. Sheriff's office. Zoom in. I wish we could do sick flips. This is so bizarre.
Mr. York, that was mighty quick. The special agent does it again.
Uh-huh.
You sure don't waste any time. I bet my CLG's got a lot to learn from you. By the way, Mr. York, looks to me like you aren't packing anything.
I was on vacation in New Orleans before I happened to stop by here.
Well, shoot, that won't do. Here, I got something I think you'll like. It's a tranquilizer gun for the gators.
Acquired Mr. Alligator.
And here's a radio.
Radio.
With this, you don't have
What's
to worry
going
about
on
any
with that
expensive
radio?
roaming fees.
Gator legs?
take
I
you
got
out, you
Mr.
used to,
Alligator.
But you'll get it.
It's a pistol that shoots rubber bullets.
Try letting them rip a few times. Ain't no need to hold back out here.
Use Mr. Alligator. Yeah.
Now this is an intriguing weapon. For a tranquilizer gun, it really packs a punch.
It shoots rubber bullets. It's not a tranquilizer gun. It's a fucking riot pistol.
But I'm afraid I'll decline. After all, this town is peaceful, isn't it?
Well, sure it's peaceful. At least the humans are. But the animals? Are a different story. Remember what I named it? There are some real mean-ass gators out there in the swamps. And every now and then, they wander into town. One of them even went and ate a kid once. It happened a long time ago, but still. One chomp's all it takes. They swallow down every last bit of you. Poor kid's parents didn't even know what to put in his coffin. The worst part is,
got
they
dark.
taught the gators just how tasty we humans are. So now, those suckers just attack on sight. Man-eating crocodiles will feast tonight. In Blood
Swamp. That sounds like a movie I would
Right?
watch.
Gators don't
I would-
attack folks.
I would actually watch that then. And Eaten Alive
I never heard about
and
no kid
Alligator
getting
and
swallowed by a
Alligator
gator.
2.
Actually,
Funny
Patricia,
kids.
you're wrong.
I'm what?
Alligators do attack people, and it could happen in any town.
Huh?
Alligator, 1980. Directed by Louis
Yes.
Teague.
It's the sewers of New
Takes place
York.
in the Midwest, I believe.
Oh yeah,
A
no.
teenage girl's pet alligator gets
I
flushed
thought it
down
was
the
New
toilet.
York.
Then, in the sewer, it feeds on the corpses of dogs that were used as test subjects for an experimental growth formula. After growing
This
over
is
30 feet.
accurate. I just
finally
watched this
starts to
like
go
last
after
week.
Humans.
I was just talking to
It's
Meg about these
extremely-
too, because they're both on Shudder.
Yes, an extremely edifying movie. Back when I first saw it, I had a pet hamster.
Hey, Agent York. What's your first order of business? You're in charge now, remember?
Well said, Patricia. I nearly lost sight of my true goal. Melvin, I couldn't help but notice the name on the side of that truck. This facility is connected to the victim, isn't it?
Oh, right. Yeah. I reckon I better start from there. I'm gonna tell it to you straight right from the beginning, Mr. York.
Okay.
As you guessed, this warehouse is run by the Clarksons.
Yeah.
The victim's father, Danny Clarkson,
Mhm.
is the one who manages the whole place. Okay,
So there's
but
an inside
why
job.
did he choose to store her body in his own warehouse, right? Well, that's because there ain't no other place to store it. Our town has a
That's what we
clinic
call
inside a
trophies.
church, but no more. Whenever someone kicks
What
the
a
bucket,
surprise.
we just bury him in the graveyard right outside of town. But not this time. We got a murder on our hands this time. We need to give Lisa's body an autopsy and keep it stored, right? So we had no choice but to rent out a corner of this warehouse.
I see. So that's what led to the ingenious choice to store the victim's body in a facility that her family owns.
Anywho, this is where the real story begins. Truth is, a few days before you got here, Lisa's body went missing.
Shocker.
Missing.
Yeah. All of a sudden, poof.
Did you leave the warehouse unlocked?
I most certainly did not. I locked the whole place up and made sure no one could get inside.
Mhm.
No one stole the original key, and I couldn't find any fingerprints at the scene.
So, in other words, this is a locked room mystery.
The body of a beautiful young girl walks at mid. Hey!
Mm.
all right, CLG. Reckon I should have told you about this earlier when you first said you wanted to come here. It just didn't seem like the time or place as I remember. Anywho, how about we call it a day and head back to my office? You can go through all the files there.
No, thank you. This is what I came to investigate.
But Lisa's body isn't here anymore. You sure?
That doesn't
Yes.
bother me one bit, Melvin. You see, I met a skeletal gentleman on my way here, and he was kind enough to give me an oracle. By the way, Patty, what do you usually do when you're at home?
Is this an interrogation?
Oh, no. I just figured that since we're working together now, it'd be a good idea to learn a little more about you.
Should an adult male like you really be asking a little girl this kind of question? Feel like I heard a story about this sort of thing on the news once.
There's a time and a place for everything. You know exactly who I am, and I've also introduced myself to your father. Besides, you're the one who said you wanted to come with me.
I was just kidding, jeez. You're an FBI special agent. Why would I ever need to worry?
You shouldn't automatically trust someone just because they're an FBI special agent. One's profession
No
and
shit.
one's personality are completely separate things. For example, one special agent may
What's up,
fall
Brad?
spiritually in love with a genius criminal who enjoys the taste
It
of human
is.
flesh.
That's Hannibal. You pulled that straight out of a movie.
Like, this
Because it's a
character,
film
York,
doesn't
is
mean it
like
isn't
kind
deeply
of
rooted in
quirky and
reality. You
weird.
can't judge people solely based on where they work or how
Obsessed
they live.
with
You
a
need to
good
think
cup of
hard and
coffee.
Decide things for yourself.
Fine.
Makes really obscure connections.
So
Talks to
allow me
himself.
to ask you this: how do you feel about me?
I don't know. I only just met you.
Exactly. Now it sounds like you're thinking, You should never feel the need to force an answer out or pretend like you know something you don't. Zach, she's a good kid, isn't she?
The
Honest
first
and
one was
straightforward.
really good, and
Wait,
then they
there's one
just
thing I
ported
can
this
say.
one over like
What?
last
When you
month, I
talk
think.
to yourself like that, it really creeps me out.
And,
Did you start doing that after you became an adult, or have you just always
dev
done
gave
it?
me the
Either
key
way, you
for
should
this
stop
one.
doing it.
I
It's
played through
really
the first
weird
one on
and, like,
stream
makes me
for a
wince
while,
whenever I hear it.
and then I broke it.
Zach, did you hear that? No need to worry.
But I would
Neither
say you
of us
should
are
play
weird, I
it.
can assure you of
Definitely.
that. She's probably
first
just
one
having
for
trouble
sure.
finding the right word to describe us. No, I think I'll stop there. Wouldn't want her to think we're getting desperate.
Like
Because
I
this
said,
one sort of
it's
acts
really
like a
creeping me out.
prequel and a sequel. Somehow.
You holding up okay, CLG? Sure
Yeah,
don't wanna
I
wait
suggest you
outside?
play it.
Ugh, I'll be fine, Daddy. Just make
They're,
sure you don't
like-
take your eyes off of him.
There's similarities, but I mean, this is obviously
He's
like
so selfish and inconsiderate.
more campy.
I'm still not convinced he's actually a real FBI agent. Look, he's talking to himself again.
Zach, this is the ambiguous zero, the deep freeze. Let's hurry up and find that flying serpent, shall we?
Right now, we're going to different parts of the town. So our car was stolen and replaced with a skateboard. So that's our method of transportation. And we can see paintings, like ghosts in paintings, who gave us this riddle, and now we're going around town deciphering its riddle. Oh. What's this? Visions. You can use visions to acquire important hints that will help you proceed through the game. Using vision will deplete your concentration, so be careful from using it too much. So it's like a hint thing.
Ah. Oh, good God almighty. This place always gives me goosebumps, no matter how many times I come here.
Yes, it's quite the funhouse. Truly a dazzling place. Meat entertainment. That's the only way to describe it. Woven together by life, frozen in time, a visceral, musical.
Symphony. We eat all this in order to survive.
Yes, truly a symphony. Life and death resonating together.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Cool. Whoa now, CLG. Since when were you interested in this kind of stuff?
What are you so surprised for, Daddy? I'm more mature than you are. I've seen way more realistic corpses on CSI, you know.
At first, Zach, I was shocked by the notion of storing a victim's body alongside food. But as I gaze upon this hanging garden, I realize it's just another scene of violent, depraved murder. Yes, all we need to do is change our point of view, and things will expose themselves in utterly new ways.
Mr. York.
Melvin, if you have something to say, then just go on and say it. Otherwise, you'll simply be insulting this beautiful landscape.
You think this is beautiful?
Oh, yes. It's the abnormal world that supports our normal lives. I think that's wonderful, don't you? Besides, look, Patricia seems to be handling this a lot better than you are.
Well, you see, I ain't too good with this grotesque stuff. Ugh.
Don't let it get to you, Daddy. Whew. Everyone has at least one thing they're afraid of. Even you, right, Agent York?
Something I'm afraid of?
Yeah, that's right. You gotta have at least one thing. Like clowns.
Clowns are so funny. How could anyone be scared of them?
Zombies.
Love them.
A bucket full of worms.
I could squeeze them with my bare hands.
The sound of screeching glass.
Doesn't bother me.
Then...
They cling to your skin like putrid leeches, robbing you of much more than your vitality. The wet socks.
Wet socks are the worst. Wet socks are the fucking worst.
Melvin, you're a genius.
Bullfrog tongue. Bullfrog leg. We're just collecting bullfrog parts. Okay. This is everything.
Melvin, I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you a personal question. In the hotel parking lot, when I first met you, the picture you had on your dashboard happened to catch my eye. Was that...
Oh, her? Yeah, that's my lady, all right. Candy. Her name's Candy. The prettiest girl in town, which makes me the happiest boy. A shooting star landed in a rural town, right on top of a man who now has a meteor-struck heart.
What's up, wild hair? We've only been here for a few minutes, and if it doesn't end with me Frankensteining together a reanimated
You always
bullfrog,
keep her photo with you?
I wouldn't put it past this game.
You bet I do.
This is that kind of game.
Candy's a little sick right now.
How's it going, man?
She can't even leave the house no more. So I always keep her photograph with me. Kind of feels like we're always together, you know?
I see. You care for your wife a great deal. But this means that...
Yeah, that's right. My mama had me before she married Daddy. But it don't matter. He's still my real daddy to me.
Oh, thank you, CLG. And you're my pride and joy.
Well, Zach, isn't this a heartwarming scene? But there's one thing I just can't get out of my mind.
Why am I collecting
Don't
bullfrog
you think that
parts?
photograph looked a bit too old? Perhaps Candy is already... No, let's not think about that. It might be a private matter, just like you, Zach.
Wait, is this a different room? No, it's not. I just you go through the door. Let's look for more bullfrog parts. Oh, an alligator scale. Well, this sure does seem like something would be back here. Oh, just inside of his head. Is there already? Catfish tail. Tight spaces. Okay. Crawfish tail. Finding all kinds of shit. Why did it tell us about that? Wonder if I can go in there and there's like a place I gotta crouch. Maybe you're just making a gumbo, which is possible. Oh, I didn't see what I picked up there.
Here we are, Zach. The morgue. They stored the victim's body in a cold storage warehouse operated by her family.
Yeah.
I'd love to shake the hand of whoever came up with that one.
Hey, Agent York. Did you just come here to laugh at rural officers who are doing the best they can? We don't have any special facilities like you people. What else did you expect us to do, huh? Don't compare us with city folk. This is Lucare. Or maybe you're just disappointed that you didn't get to see the bloated, decomposing corpse of a young girl.
Sorry, you're right. I went a bit too far just now. But don't misunderstand. I honestly think it's a fantastic idea. I'd never try and bully your daddy.
Better not.
Thank you for understanding.
Search the morgue. Oh, inspection start.
Boxes of the past or presence of the future. Either way, this is a curious time capsule. Forgotten boxes. Looks like shelled headless shrimp. When were these boxes brought here? And when will they be taken away? Zach, can you feel it? The perpetual, unstoppable flow of time. Zach, can you see that? Look closely. That's right. There are 4 imprints in the frost on the top of this. It's hard to believe, but I think these are fingerprints. Yes, Zach, that would lead one to believe that the body napper is a giant who's over 10 feet tall. Boxes that got left behind. I can't tell what's inside. What do you think, Zach? I'm gonna go with okra. Yeah, okra. I'm sure it must be okra. That's a staple of the South. These pallets are a mess. Looks like this area isn't used often. Still, the idea to store a body here. It's a novel, sophisticated idea, unlike anything I'd ever come up with. Look at the thermometer, Zach. It's at 10 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 12.2 degrees Celsius. This must not be the ambiguous 0. This frost is shaped like something we're very used to seeing. That's right, a body bag. Lisa's body must have been left here. But there are no signs that the bag was dragged away, so our criminal must possess monstrous strength. Zach, these are human footprints, and they're extremely large. Yes, Zach, I agree. These footprints must belong to someone who's used to walking around in cold temperatures.
$60.
Seems like our flying serpent isn't here. Is this everything, Melvin? There aren't any other rooms in this warehouse? No special rooms?
Well, there is the luxury foods warehouse.
Luxury foods? Why didn't you say so earlier?
Just thought you wanted to see where the body... I just thought you were only interested in warehouse number 2. Besides, it's underground. so it's even colder than this. You sure you really want to go down there? You could darn well freeze to death. All life will come to an end in the icebound zone. You feel me?
Let's head there at once. I'm sure that must be where we're meant to go.
Must be.
But what about searching for Lisa's body?
All we need to do is find a 10-foot tall man with monstrous strength. That giant knows where she is.
10 foot tall?
But finding the flying serpent is more important right now. Now please, guide me to the luxury foods warehouse at once. These luxury foods are most likely being used in local Cajun cuisine. I'm so excited to see what we'll find. Aren't you, Zach?
Yes. I am very excited to see what we'll find in the luxury frozen food storage. Is that everything? You're right, it's a gumbo.
All right. Now,
Why don't you show us where to go, nerd? It's over here. Such a weird.
that elevator needs a key.
Catfish.
Do you have one?
Actually, no. I didn't think you'd ever want to go down there. So I didn't bother to go and get one.
Well, then
No,
we
I
should go and
agree.
get one now.
Yeah. COG, I know. I'll tell it to him straight. Thing is, Mr. York, you know the Clarksons? The folks who own this place? Well, they don't too much like the police. They sure as hell don't like them when they're my color. It was, real hard for me to get permission to open up this place for you to search through. So they ain't gonna be too happy if I go back to them now, asking for another key.
What should we do then?
Let's just find a worker here who can lower the elevator for us instead. All they need to do is take a break from their work for a couple minutes.
And what am I supposed to do? Just stand here and pretend like nothing's happening?
Yeah, you FBI folks are good at that, right? That's always what I see you doing on TV.
Zach, I think we can move this. Better check back here as well, just to be on the safe side.
gosh. What? God, really? Wait. This is like where it just came from. Since the beginning. There's absolutely gotta be something there. What's this? Catfish skull. Oh. This is like a shortcut here. Oh, no, it's not. Catfish tail. So that's two of them. Oh, this is... There it is. Okay. That's convenient. It's like a major shortcut. Major shortcut.
Zack, the human ability to adapt is a frightening thing. Some humans have the power to sleep anywhere as long as they set their minds to it.
That would be a nice...
Now we should be able to operate the elevator.
The elevator key!
No need to worry. This facility no longer has a body to steal. What else do they have to lose? A few cans of crawfish? I feel bad for him, but it's for the sake of the investigation. I'll write him a letter of apology later.
Sorry I fucked up your livelihood and got you fired from your job. It was all in name of this police investigation.
Mr. York, did you find a key? Ha! Now that's my special agent. There ain't no stopping you. Want to head straight down?
You bet. Let's sally forth, Melvin.
Let's sally forth, Melvin.
Zach, look at that thermometer. 0 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 17.7 degrees Celsius. This is the ambiguous zero.
Hey, Avery! Can't you hear me? Open the damn door, Avery! It ain't no use, Mr. York. Once Avery starts working on something, that's all he sees.
That's all he
He just
sees.
tunes out everything else. We'll have to wait until he finishes and comes out to us, I reckon. Or we could come back tomorrow.
I disagree, Melvin.
Mhm.
Time may be on our side, but that doesn't mean we should waste it. You gave me Mr. Alligator precisely for moments like these, didn't you?
Wait, Mr. York! Those tranquilizers may be non-lethal, but it's still dangerous to use them on humans.
Of course, Melvin. I never said I was going to shoot him.
You're gonna shoot some meat to get his attention. I'm right, ain't I?
Yeah. Shoot down the meat. Hello? Pick that giant alligator head back up and hang it from the hook in the ceiling.
This is Mr. York, an agent from the FBI.
Hi, Avery. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
Avery is the 10-foot tall giant
Call
who's
me
used to
York.
working in coal.
York, you a smarty pants, huh?
He's shyer than he looks. Come on, just settle down, Avery. Tell him what this here place is for.
Lots
that's
of
why-
expensive food here. Yup. Mighty precious to the Clarksons, so I gotta guard it.
Yeah.
I see. So you're this area's keeper.
Oh, I help with the research too. I do like research.
Research? What are you talking about, Avery? This doesn't
I like that
look
the
like a
alligator
lab to
head
me.
is like
Oh,
rolling in the back and now it's like snapped
lab.
down.
It's a warehouse. Ain't no lab. Smarty pant scientist does the research. I ain't no smarty pants, you know.
He's a bit slow in the mind, but he ain't a bad guy. Oh. Your story about the giant who carried Lisa out. Don't tell me you think it's him. I mean, it's true that he's free to come and go as he pleases in this warehouse, but...
No, as far as I can tell, he's just a bit over 6'5". The one who moved Lisa's body must be at least 10 feet tall.
Okay. We're very
He's
specific.
clearly too short.
Too short, huh? Well, if you ever happen to find a man who makes him look small, I'd sure like to meet him.
Lise.
Hey, cut it out!
Lise. Why?
Avery, that's not Lise.
Not Lise?
This is Melvin's daughter, and my precious assistant. Unfortunately, Elise is no longer with us.
Lise. Lise. My fault! My fault!
I guess he's sort of like Lise, you know?
Obviously.
Poor fella's got himself a childlike mind. You know how normal kids tease other kids in order to get attention? Well, with this big lug, sometimes folks who don't know him too well see something and end up calling the police. But I know that deep down, he's got a good heart. Hey, Mr. York, I'll keep him busy, but I'd appreciate it if you'd hurry this particular inspection along. Just holler at me if you find anything. I reckon
Okay.
that'll make it easier for you to go do your thing, yeah?
Melvin, I think you're finally starting to catch on.
Find the flying serpent.
And Dewey. Now here's some real Cajun cuisine. The way these sausages are linked up, they almost look like a serpent. But it's hard to imagine them flying. Let's move on, Zach.
Okay.
Hung alligators. I suppose in a way they sort of look like flying serpents. Oh, but that's pushing it. Remember, we're in a dark basement here. They'll never reach the sky. Frozen oysters. Personally, I'd rather have a cocktail filled with fresh ones. We hunt for more materials than we can eat, and freeze them over long periods of time. The human race gives terror a whole new meaning.
Fucking love how what's up, a dark hunting? How's it going? It's going.
Cans of Holy Trinity paste. Onions, bell peppers, and celery. The absolute basics for any Cajun dish. This product combines them all into some sort of paste. Oof, people actually buy this garbage? Even the name sounds idiotic.
Am I liking Deadly Premonition
Zach, I just
too?
made an
I think
internal
it's
promise
really
with myself.
funny.
If
I like
I
it
ever ha-
so far. This is my first playthrough of this one. I did play the first one.
There are torn
But
off
I'd never
claws
played
and
this one
legs
previously.
scattered all over the ground. I doubt they'll fly anytime soon. I can't tell which ones are from crawfish and which parts are from shrimp. How about you, Zach?
You like the first one a lot more. That seems to be the general consensus. FPS issues made this one kind of tough to play. I've noticed it a little bit, but at least where I'm at for now, it hasn't caused any issues.
Avery, this box looks special.
Clarkson food, for their home.
Melvin, is this the Clarkson's family crest?
The environments are a bit too
Oh,
similar.
The dragonfly? Yeah, that's the Clarkson's mark, all right. Ain't no big deal, though. You can find those all over town.
Is that so?
Well, yeah. They pretty much run all of this town's major industries. Yeah, I do believe they own just about everything there is to own. So their word is law. They got
That's
the
not how
whole
the law
town
works,
tattooed
though.
with their dragonflies. Can't even walk a few steps without seeing one.
Zach, this dragonfly is our flying serpent. The flying serpent owns this town. They're related to Lise Clarkson, our victim. Hungan's oracle pointed us toward their family crest.
The Lord's Hungers.
The Clarksons
Is that a different
must be deeply
game that's
intertwined
similar?
with this case. Melvin, Patricia, I think I've had enough of this frozen world. Let's head back out to that merciless sun.
Oh, it's a mission in the game. Got it.
Well, what are you waiting for? I can't bear to spend another second down here.
All right. They'll freeze up.
Whew. So, what do we do now, Mr. York?
Zack and I will take things from here.
Then what should I do?
Tend to your sick wife? I don't know. You're free to do as you please. I'll stop by the sheriff's office when I need your help again.
I suppose that's what I'll do then. It'll sure make Candy happy. But I am the sheriff of this town, so I do intend to get some work done. I know. How about I search for Lisa's body while you're busy?
Gee,
Not a bad idea.
that would be great. Do some fucking
Just be
police work.
careful that you don't get attacked by a barefooted giant.
Hey, don't scare me like that. Why do you keep talking about that giant anyway? You really think some giant was responsible for all this?
Melvin, don't be silly. Of course I do. Just when I thought you were starting to catch on. Disappointing, to say the least.
But how can you be so sure? I want to see some proof.
Proof number 1. The footprints that led up to where Lisa's body originally was were made with bare feet. None of the prints looked similar to those of common insulated boots, and the arches of the feet were visible. The person who carried out Lisa's body must have had very large feet. I'd say they were at least 16 inches. Proof number 2. I found fingerprints on the cord of one of the hanging lights in the warehouse. The fingerprints weren't aimed up from below. They were coming directly from the side. Clearly, the giant moved the light because it was in his way. He pinched the cord with his fingers. Proof number 3. There was nothing else found in the vicinity where Lisa's body was stored. This means the giant carried her out without dragging her across the floor. But there's only one set of footprints. The only conclusion I can draw from this evidence is that a barefooted giant, standing over 10 feet tall, carried Lisa's body out. That concludes the entirety of my proof. Any objections, Melvin?
But there ain't no way a human could ever be that tall.
Have you seen every human alive with your own eyes? Well then, you need to forget all your preconceived notions when embarking on an investigation. Whether you come face to face with a 10-foot giant or a skeletal gentleman, you always need to accept everything that comes to you with a clear mind. Do that, and eventually the truth will reveal itself to you. You're a smart kid, I'm sure you understand.
Well, I'll be damned. I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Mr. FBI Special Agent, sir.
I was kind of sending it all.
A sharp eye and flawless observational skills. Uncovering the truth with a heady intuition. I won't ever question you again. Heck, I'll do whatever you say.
That's it, Melvin.
Find the body
Glad
that you
finally caught
lost.
on. Okay, time to go, Patty. You know this town well, so I'd like you to accompany me from now on.
You could just sit on my shoulders and I'll skateboard us around town.
Zack, we found the Flying Serpent. Now we simply need to locate the 10 maidens. It's time to head on to Alexis's Diner and Lane.
Did it mark it? I don't think that it did. Oh, it's because I can't click on it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Or maybe I'm just pushing the wrong button. I am pushing the wrong button. Because in this game, B is everything. And A is not. That's travel points. Gotcha. This is the so I'll have to interact with them first. I thought so, because I didn't see them on the map or anything. So like find them first. So I'll go. No, I may not have. May not have. It wouldn't let me do anything. We'll get there. Big square. It's over here. Pennywise did it. That's what happens. Pennywise just takes you from one red balloon to the other through the sewer system.
Patty, is something wrong?
I got got something to say. When I first met you in the hotel parking lot, you mentioned Saint Rouge, right? If you want to find it, maybe you should track down Professor R.
Professor R.
Yeah, Professor R owns the jazz bar on the other side of the bayou.
How do you know that?
Because.
Because, huh? Interesting.
Owl's Nest? Oh, that must be the place. Sure, there's like a bunch of shit all over this town that you gotta find. Collectibles or whatever. Yeah, I figured as much. What? Special sunburn customers only. Oh, cool. We'll get there then. They have one bowling alley? Or one bowling lane, I mean? That's weird.
10 maidens, Zack. Let's topple their hourglass figures and complete this oracle once and for all.
Oh my lord. I don't believe I've seen you around here before. Sorry, honey, but you can't smoke in here. Since you're with Patricia, I'm guessing you're some friend of Melvin's.
He's Agent York from the FBI. This is Alexis, the owner of this restaurant. I'm helping out Agent York in his investigation. We signed a contract.
Oh my lord. Well, ain't that something?
Immersion's broken. Other side of the bayou,
I'm
that's
FBI
totally
Special
wrong.
Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York. Everyone's always called me that.
It's always just across
Oh
the
my
bayou.
lord. Well, that's got to be the strangest introduction I've ever heard. No wonder everyone in town's been talking about you.
That's what did it. Everything else is fine.
I want a chocolate sundae, but no cherries. I want 2 wafers instead. Don't put too many Rice Krispies on it. Oh, but don't scrimp on the chocolate syrup either.
Oh my lord. And what'll it be for you, honey?
Alexis, are these photos of the town?
Oh, you like my pictures? My hobby's collecting snapshots of what our town used to be like. So whenever someone gives me an old picture, I just put it up here on display. Our world these days feels a bit cold to me, you know? Just thought it'd be nice to help folks remember what it was like in the good old days.
Zack, did you hear that? The good old days. Even in a remote town that's already far behind the times, there are still people who yearn for the past.
She told me what was going on, you know.
What?
Lise, you don't need to try and hide it from me, honey. Last time she came here, she told me all about it. Some odd fella was following her around, stalking her like.
No,
What kind of fellow?
I have
She
not.
said he had a really tall shadow,
How tall?
as tall as an oak tree.
Did that ring any bells for you?
Sadly, it didn't. I know just about everyone in this here town, but I ain't never seen a man who stands that tall. Maybe it really was an oak tree and she just mistook it for someone. Sometimes the silhouettes of them trees with lots of Spanish moss hanging down make me feel a little funny too.
I don't think so, Alexis.
Lise said the shadow was following her, correct? That means she must have been stalked by a man as tall as an oak tree. If she had only mistaken an oak tree for a person, she wouldn't have described it that way. She might have said,
It felt like a crowd of people was staring at me.
Yes, exactly. She certainly wouldn't have talked about being followed by someone. Thank you, Patty. Zack, this data is all very intriguing, but it isn't the answer we're looking for. We came to knock down the 10 maidens, remember?
Oh, yeah! Booyah! Oh, I got a turkey!
I got a
Truly
turkey one
mesmerizing,
time.
Zack. This is why I never tire of small-town investigations. Same goes for you, right?
No, turkey is 3. Sorry, I've had more than that. I was thinking the perfect game. Gotten 1.
Agent York, if you're fixing to bowl, you're gonna be disappointed. Mrs. Carpenter never lets anyone else use the lane while she's here.
Patty, that's exactly what I came to do. You see, Zack and I need to bowl down 10 maidens.
Fine, go on and try if you wanna.
Re-bowling or
I'm gonna
switch
eat my
sports.
Sunday.
I've done it 1 time in the real life.
Hey! Are you nuts?
What's the most addictive drug in the world?
How should I know?
It's sugar.
Sugar.
Far
Yeah.
more people die from obesity and diabetes than from cocaine and heroin. Alexis, would you give her some milk?
Oh, my Lord. Coming right up, honey.
Sugar might be dangerous, but it ain't against the law. You got no right to take that from me, even if you are some FBI agent.
Actually, Patty, I do. We signed a contract, remember? I promised to protect you from all the evil in our world.
Hey!
Delicious. What an amazing chocolate sundae. Zack, I think we just uncovered an incredible treasure here. I feel like I could eat one of these every day while we're in this town.
Oh, what?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Oh, howdy, stranger. My, you're a handsome one. You came out here from the city, didn't you? I can always spot you city folk from a mile away.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Would you mind calling me York, ma'am?
Oh, so you are from the FBI.
Mrs.
Thought
Carpenter.
as much. So sophisticated. Well, my horoscope in the paper today told me I'd be meeting someone new. And those horoscopes never miss. They're the
Yeah,
real
they're the
deal.
real
One
deal.
even predicted when I'd bowl my first perfect game. Oh, no. Oh, could you stand a bit closer to me? Whew, that was a close one. If you move any further that way, you'll cast a shadow over the lane. Well, the sheriff did that once, and something horrible happened. The next time I bowled, I got a gutter ball. First time in 12 years. I was mortified. And I am going to make sure nothing like that ever happens again.
Okay.
In our world, some routines lead to good things, while others only lead to the bad. So, you mustn't ever cast a shadow
Never.
over the lane. Is that understood?
Excuse
It's a
me.
routine, Zack. Understand? Just like us and coffee. Incidentally, ma'am, would you mind letting me use this lane too? I'm investigating the Lise Clarkson murder case. And I need to topple 10 maidens, no matter what it takes.
No, absolutely not. Not even the FBI can take my lane from me. I haven't given it up once ever since
Where's
my
the option to
husband
smash her in the
passed
side of the
away
head
over
with a
decade
bowling ball?
ago. I'll never break my promise to him.
But
Now, if you'll excuse me.
The eyes.
Ooh, you like that? That's what I'm talking about. Who's your mama?
Zach, it looks like negotiations have failed. Now I'm
We
afraid
resort
have
to
no choice but
violence.
to force her to let us use her bowling lane. Yes, I know. I won't do anything illegal.
Sunburn.
What'll it be, honey?
Yeah. Oh, so I have to use those things that I picked up to give to her. That's my guess, anyway. Yep. Let's see. Oh, rice. Okay.
Just hurry and finish up your investigation. Can't stand being inside this place without a chocolate sundae. Not even for a second.
Don't worry, Patty. I'll knock down those 10 maidens in the blink of an eye. You just wait here and drink your milk.
Meh.
Meh.
Excuse me, Mrs. Carpenter.
Stop! Not now! Can't you see I'm already in my bowling stance?
Yeah.
What, are you blind? Holy mother of bowling balls, let me pick up this split. Holy mother of bowling balls, let me pick up this split.
She's really excited.
That stance, always works on a split. Oh, yeah, never fails.
Zach, our new friend, appears to be a very superstitious lady. We should try and utilize this trait of hers in order to gain access to the lane for a bit. That was an amazing shot, Mrs. Carpenter. In fact, it may have been the most amazing shot I've ever seen. Speaking of which, where did you happen to find all those neat little items? The ones you used to help you bowl that split just now.
Ooh, you got a keen eye there, Mr. Specialist.
Yeah, because the giant wooden dolls and incense, the only other chair in the
Taken a
bowling alley.
liking to my collection, have you?
Oh yes, a great liking.
I buy all my charms and power stones from Erzuli Frida.
Erzuli Frida.
Yes, it's a mystical establishment run by the Mirror.
The Mirror.
If you're interested, I can mark it on your map for you.
Sure.
Zach, this is it. Erzuli Frida. There must be a treasure trove of dubious trinkets on sale there. We may even be able to find something capable of changing her mind. It really feels like we're in the deep south now, doesn't it?
Quest updated. Okay. So we figured out that we collect those things.
I thought you came here to bowl.
Yes, I did.
Then why are you leaving? You gave
Then we
up
can
on
give
trying
them to the
convince
lady
Mrs.
at the
Harper to let
restaurant,
you
and she'll
play?
make
No, Patty,
us
neither
food that
Zach
gives
nor
us
I have
buffs.
given up on anything. We're just going to stop by Erzuli Frida.
Erzuli Frida? What do you want with that place?
What do you know about it, Patty?
It's a dumb store that sells stupid voodoo charms and even stupider souvenirs. No one who actually lives here would ever be caught dead there. Daddy even told me to steer clear of it.
And why is that?
'Cause they sell guns?
You mean Erzuli Frida is a gun shop?
It's kinda like a gun shop and a voodoo shop had a baby.
A voodoo shop. Thank you, Patty.
Mm.
You just helped me make up my mind. We're going to use the power of voodoo to help us steal the right to use that lane. Okay, Patty. I'm going to try asking you that question again. What do you do when you're at home?
I watch TV and look up stuff on the internet, I guess. Ain't much.
So you clearly love TV shows, but what about movies?
Movies? We don't even have a movie theater around here. So I can only watch what I manage to catch on TV.
Like what?
For some reason, the only movie channel we get at home is the sci-fi one. So I just watch a lot of sci-fi.
Like what? What's the last one you saw?
The one with Schwarzenegger, where there's all these clones.
The Sixth Day, 2000. Directed by Roger Spottiswoode. You must be very well versed in sci-fi if you can appreciate an Arnold S. film.
I thought it was way too easy for them to make more clones. And you'd never see a clumsy investigation
Boy,
like
that
that
could
on
go wrong.
CSI.
No,
That's right.
never.
It's realistic.
Never.
Everything about that film is so realistic.
Sorry, I like the
It may
dialogue.
be difficult
It's
for
so
a child to
funny.
understand. But, Patty, that's not your fault. All of Arnold S.'s films are filled with hyper-realism, you know. On top of that, Roger Spottiswoode is a director who excels in dealing with hardcore subject matter. Turner and Hooch, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. Each film features one of the toughest tag teams you'll ever find. I can see why it's beyond you, though.
No, what I'm trying to say is, Schwarzenegger's character was just a pilot, right? Why was he so strong?
It's okay, Patty. You don't need to try and act like an adult to impress me. I didn't understand the charm of Arnold S. films when I was your age either. You need to take your time and slowly reel the film in. Do that, and Arnold S. will greet you with a big, warm smile.
Whatever, just stop calling him Arnold S., okay? It's irritating me.
Zach, she's at a sensitive age. We both know full well that this is the official way to refer to the film star, but she isn't used to it, so it's bothering her. When in Rome, Schwarzenegger will greet you with a big, warm smile. Zach, my mouth feels weird. How many fingers do you think we'd need to count the number of people who actually call him Schwarzenegger? We'll just have to stomach it for her sake, Zach. Patty, we're investigating here. I think it's about time we cut the chit-chat and got back to work.
What? You're the one who brought it up, and you hardly even let me say anything.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Fuck. Hit the wrong button. Is this just a shortcut through here? That's annoying. Do a kickflip. I'd love to. I wish I could. I wish I could jump, do stick flips. Tony Hawk Twin Peaks edition? Yes. That's fucking funny. Oops. I went off the road there. Sorry. It's fine. We're fine. Okay, found it.
A voodoo shop. It's a voodoo shop.
Just looks like a dumb souvenir shop to me.
Of course it does, Patty. You're much too young to understand the true value of such a place.
Damn it. I gotta, like, not hit that button. The hell was that? What did I win from that dumpster?
This is all kid stuff. It's just a bunch of charms. I'm allowed to watch TV and
Someone's
go on the
playing the
internet, but
Didge.
ain't allowed in here?
Someone's playing the Didge.
That makes no sense sometimes. You agree, right, Agent York? This is all just kid stuff.
Look at this, Zach. All the mysticism of the Deep South gathered up into one quaint little shop. This is 100 times more exciting than the FBI evidence vault.
100 times more.
It's a vast treasure chest. So much to study, so much to learn.
I put this in my house.
Thou art a seeker, and I see the object of thy desire.
It's a t-shirt gun.
Doth this be what thou seekest?
It's Roller Gator.
To thee now, and only now. Surely fortune shall not bless thee with another chance. Purchase this, and know that thy wishes shall be granted.
Steal its legs.
Crazy. Even I can tell you're getting cheated, Agent York.
I disagree, Patty. This person can be trusted. I've been studying people for quite a while, so I can tell. That figurine is connected to our future.
My price is true. What say thee?
Buy the alligator figure.
I'll buy it.
Okay.
Thou art a man of refined taste.
I know. I know.
I am loath to part with it, but 'twould be a fool's errand to keep it from such a keen-eyed soul.
What's wrong with you? No normal person would ever buy a piece of junk like that. Not even at a garage sale.
Marvelous, isn't it, Zack? What a treasure. I can't wait to use it.
Use it? Where? How?
Isn't it obvious, Patty? I'm going to put it in front of Mrs. Carpenter's house.
In front of her house?
Just tell me there's no chase later. You have to run someone
Yes.
down. I don't know.
I'm sure this figurine will stop her right in her tracks. And that'll give us a chance to finally topple the 10 maidens.
Are you serious?
Of course I am. And so is Zack. Aren't you?
I'm seriously wondering if I should quit helping you out with this.
Exactly. Depending on how it's handled, it could be the most awesome gaming scene ever. Or simply hilarious. Oh, excuse me. So we have to wait at night.
Mihala. Verily, much shall serve.
Okay. Bullet's elemental effect? Your rubber bullet elemental effect? Make him harder rubber? Incense boosts your skateboard abilities. Oh, this is how you... Okay. Armor piercing. Flame bullets. Sweet. Paralysis. That seems correct. But I don't have any of these beads.
I can see it. Thy return is
That's
imminent.
weird.
If thou hast
Guess we'll be back.
Whoa.
That was close.
Well, look at you, all standing there like you're expecting me to apologize. Huh, it's your fault for not paying
Irina
attention.
Clarkson.
What?
Got a moment?
Can't say I do. I'm in a hurry here.
I won't take up too much of your time. I'd just like to ask you a few questions.
I said I'm in a hurry, Peckerwood. Now get out of my way.
Patty, who was that?
Kalina Clarkson. PJ Clarkson's second daughter, and Lisa's mother.
Zach, we've found ourselves a Clarkson.
Oh no, she's not here. My dolly. She's not here. My dolly isn't here.
One of the key persons in this case just came out of the woodwork to meet us. Now things are really getting interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that right, Zach?
Mm-hmm. It's missing your doll. It's not even nighttime yet. It's like 10:30 in the morning. What is this? What's it I don't have access to yet? Where's Carpenter House? That's not what I meant to do. Okay, there we go. So that's nighttime. So we have to just like pass time? Your doll? Oh, nice, I got money. How does she keep up? Does she have her own skateboard? She just disappears. Oh, that's the voodoo place, isn't it? Oh, let's do it. Dang. What's this? Oh shit. Okay. I see. Swamp tours. We're doing it. Well, maybe later. Oh wait. Maybe later. Sugarcane plantation. Where is that? Looks like a swamp. Guess that's it. We got a really long way to go. Let's find some other shit along the way. Oh, this is the cemetery. This is just sitting here. Camping outside may cause you to catch a cold. Okay.
Hey, Agent York.
Yes?
Is that... Sorry, never mind. I think I was just seeing things.
What's this? It's a mole. Ew. Never mind me. Skating on through. Okay. Oh! I like that it just disappeared there. Oh yeah, we needed to go here. All right. Big square. Low quality cloth, low quality string. Closed. Oh, it's only open certain times. Alright. I'm gonna call it for tonight. That's all for tonight for me. Let's see who's we got on the internet. This game's pretty ridiculous, pretty fun. So we'll pick it up again later this week. Oh. Not exactly sure what day I'm going to be on, but you check out the Discord and the Twitter, and I'll be announcing it. In the meantime, let's see who's on the internet. Who is on the internet? Nice. Nice. All right. Let's go say hello to Mike. Let's say hi to Mike. He's playing Dead by Daylight. Thank you for hanging out with me. I appreciate it. And we'll pick up some more. Like I said, we'll play some more this week. This game's pretty fun. Pretty silly. And I want to say again, you know, thanks devs for giving me a key. I appreciate it. You too, Wild Hair. Thanks. Have a good night. Everybody, goodbye.